start actually, Don, with you. I want to know: do you think that a man can have a high body count, but a woman can't?
Correct.
You do?
I think that a man doesn't lose value with a high body count. A woman does.
Okay, but but is there a number to that? Like, do you think that like after 50 or 100, it can be damaging to him?
To who?
To the guy?
No.
No.
I think after 2, it could be damaging to the guy if he got an STD that can't go away. But in terms of number, as long as he's clean, he's straight.
So what about for a woman? Like, what's too high for the woman?
It really depends on the guy, but in her age, but in general, like I wouldn't place a number on it, but you could tell when the girl's been around too many men. I don't know.
You can just tell.
Yeah, I don't really have a number.
Well, because she's not going to be honest with you, so you have to tell by other things. Is what you're kind of saying.
Yeah, you have to have her in the right social setting.
Yeah.
Really, you'll really never know what their number is. Like they'll tell you, and in the back of your head, you're really not going to actually believe it. But you can tell based off of the way that they act in certain social settings.
Here, go ahead and respond.
I just think that he had a great point that like you'll never be able to tell. Anybody can tell you anything, which is why that shit is arbitrary and it don't matter. Like I could tell you 156 niggas I fucked last night. Did I? Of course not. Do it matter? No.
That doesn't make any sense.
But I'm saying you won't be able to tell. That was your original point, that you won't be able to tell and a woman won't be able to tell. There are no standard physical indicators to say that you've had this many partners. It's not like a tree when you cut it open, you see the rings and you can tell how long it's been alive. It's no indicator. It doesn't matter.
If you can't see that somebody has herpes, does it matter that they don't?
But we're not talking about STIs. We're talking about sexual partners.
It doesn't matter, but
that's literally the question that you just asked, right? Sexual
it's
partners,
not that
STIs.
It's not that it doesn't matter.
But if we're talking about partners, let's stay on partners. If you're saying that you cannot tell, no matter what number a woman tells you, you won't be able to verify it to see if it's confirmed or denied. So what difference does it make? The same way she can't.
How can you invalidate what somebody cares about just because they can't prove what the actual number is?
Who said anything about feelings? We're talking about the numbers.
But you just said it doesn't matter.
If you cannot tell, then why are you asking? If it doesn't matter what answer she gives you, why are you asking?
If you can't tell how I got my money, then why are you asking?
Who the fuck asking about money? I'm not gonna ask as long as it's not illegal. But again, you keep
as
changing
long
the
as it's not as long as it's not illegal. You don't
right, but your question was about how many. Let's focus on that because you're going to STIs and money. No.
But you said if it doesn't
matter.
How
many partners? Yeah. And you said earlier, a direct quote is on tape, that even if you ask, you cannot verify that actual number. She can tell you a number, and you cannot verify if it's true or false. So why ask in the first place? Why use your energy on that? Because she can't tell what you either.
So it don't matter. So
what I'm saying,
I mean, to women, from a woman's perspective, does it matter how many bodies? A lot of women say it doesn't matter, right?
So I can't speak for all women. I'll say for me, if a man has if he has an unhealthy relationship with sex, like if he has like a sexual addiction that he's not getting treated, or if he has, if he's been in like unsafe sex work, then we're talking about like the mental implications of that. But in general, the amount of people that he's been sexually active with, as long as he protected himself, as long as he didn't do anything without someone's consent, I don't care. As long as it's not an unhealthy, like somebody does, what's the term? A nympho, right? Like that type of shit, like you need like a diagnosis, right? Just to make sure you're okay.
A sex addict.
If we're talking about like an illness, and of course I'm concerned about your mental health and well-being, but if we talking meat and potatoes, just how many girls you fucking, it don't matter. Do it still work?
To me, I think
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure.
Oh, we're about to go viral.
Sure.
men give a fuck.
That's not a secret.
The thing is, men care about body counts simply because you would ask a woman, hey, listen, will you write your body count on your forehead and just walk around? Hell no. Why? If it doesn't matter. A man should know. Listen, women out here throwing the pussy from the free throw line. And they got more bodies, and they got more bodies, and they got more body. And a woman's body breaks down over time. It fucks up your pH. Yes, it fucks up your pH balance.
One partner can fuck up your pH balance. It don't have to be a lot. The one wrong nigga can fuck up your pH balance.
And if one can fuck it up, then 50 can wreck it.
No.
And for us,
if all 50 are protected, you'll be fine.
For
one
us,
person can mess up your. That's a horrible balance.
Energy is
and even Mike. But now you're talking about energy. Y'all keep changing. Is it energy? Is it pH? Or is it body?
It's all of it.
It's a combination.
It's a combination. That's why women are not built to be that way.
So you don't think that men's energy get fucked up?
You just said you don't care.
I'm asking a follow-up question. Energy. he said first, do I care about the number? And I said, as long as it's not affecting his mental health or his well-being. So energy falls in that parameters. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Cool. So if his energy is fucked up, you don't think he could get fucked up from having sex with hella girls he never had to learn foreplay with, if he's never learned how to be intimate, if all he know how to do is that fuck up somebody's energy from having hella sex.
But who's affected more?
A man who has shitty energy in a sexual place, everybody who's around him is affected.
So on your end, you said that you care if a guy has had unprotected sex, and he's getting STDs, right? Because that's a sickness, right?
I care if everybody. I don't want nobody.
Okay,
to
okay,
STDs. That's
right.
Gender neutral.
On our end, we think it is a sickness for a woman to want to fuck multiple dudes.
So a woman should only want to have sex with one person in her whole life.
Yes.
Oh yeah, y'all not getting.
We think it.
Next question.
I'm not.
Okay. Shit.
What? So y'all want a lady that's a robot? Who just,
is she a robot?
What? Just name one human being that has one desire for one person their entire life, throughout their whole evolution. They only ever want one thing. Have you ever only wanted one food and one food only for your whole life? Only want to wear the same color? Only want to drive the same car?
Wait, are you changing the script? You're talking about food now?
I'm asking you a question.
Wait, I thought we were talking about women. Now you're talking about food?
Desire.
Because that's what.
Stay with me. I know I'm going fast. The baseline is desire. You're saying that people should only desire one thing all the time for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And in what other bucket does that make sense? Just name one other facet.
Well, like you just what we talked about before the show, there's consequences for everything that you do. Right now in our community alone, but I'm gonna lay it out on. I'm gonna make the bed up here. Just lay down on it real quick. Nope. My thing is this: 70% of mothers right now are single moms because they gave the pussy away to somebody that didn't deserve the pussy. There are women out here right now saying, "Oh my God, please lay down, go to sleep, baby," and there's no man there. And the reason
that is not the fault of the woman.
No, yes, the woman controls sex.
So it's the fault of the woman that both parties made a baby and one party abandoned their responsibility.
No, a woman should know because women have the intuition. If a
I
woman
didn't say shit about women.
I didn't say. I'm talking about in general. Women say we have intuition. Women know when a man ain't shit.
Okay, right. And we're also not gonna sit up here and lie and act like men do not manipulate women, manipulate situations.
Oh, but women are strong.
Manipulate emotions.
Women are strong.
We're not talking about strength. We're talking about mental warfare. Men, literally, if you get on Twitter right now, niggas will sit up there and say, "Oh yeah, I did this the first couple of weeks. I did this. I put on the front. I put that shit on." Fronted to do whatever I need to do, lie about her flowers, did all of this to get one thing,
and she fell for it.
Y'all are socially constructed and conditioned to manipulate people, so it's not all on the woman. Should people have better discernment in general? Yes, but to say that it's a woman's fault that she's a single mother when the man literally bailed on the kid, he's the villain here, not the woman.
No, but without
okay. Also, how do we get to single women? Because I was talking about desires. You said you was
desires. Yes,
it's looking like a palette.
No, right, and it's a palette because you're not able to find comfort in it because I'm telling the truth. All of this shit is connected. You said a woman should not. You said a woman should. You just said to us, y'all want a woman that desires only one thing for the rest of her life. Do you want her to be a robot? She should desire one thing.
One man.
One man.
So the first man I ever met in my whole life. That's what I'm supposed to want to be with.
Yeah, the first man.
The boy that I met in my third grade class who ate his boogers. That's what I'm supposed to be with.
The first man.
What the fuck are you saying?
No, what I'm saying is the first one that bust a nut in you is the one you should marry.
Right, Facts. But that's not. First of all, most people. That's disgusting. That's not what you said. You said a woman should desire one man all the time for the rest of her life. When does she meet this man? Just lay it out for me. Y'all making a bed.
The man that you fuck.
Well, yeah, we were talking. So we were talking about sexual intercourse.
Sexual intercourse. If you meet a man and you have sex with him, make that motherfucker your husband.
So the first man that I ever thought about having sex with, because we talking about desires, not execution. Right. Desires. First one I ever desire, I want that dick. That's what I'm supposed to be with.
No. I'm talking as far as physical. If you have sex with that man, you should be with that man.
So the first person that a woman ever had sex with is who she supposed to marry.
Yeah. Yes. Hell yeah.
And so marriage is only constituted on the premise of sex. Nothing like compatibility, emotional stability, I don't know, financial stability.
Hold on.
The state they fucking live in. None of the little
it'll be less. Okay, then. Okay, let's say the men ain't shit. Or the men don't bring that up. But what about the strong-minded women that will say that there's this thing that women...
Who said I'm shaming? Are these real people or are these bots? Or we not supposed to look at that?
Don't look at that.
Yeah, don't look at it because it ruins the show.
There's a thing that women need to have, and I tell my sisters this as well. There's a thing that you need to have in your head, and it's called look-a-dick. My thing is this: you're in here. If you're going to have sex with all these men, look at the dick and see if there's a condom on it. Nobody's looking at it. Everybody want raw dog Ronnie and curved dick Roosevelt, and nobody's looking at the dick. Nobody's looking at it.
I don't think that's true. I think a lot of women are practicing safe sex, but I also think
70% are single moms.
Right, but that doesn't mean that they didn't practice
That's
safe sex.
unprotected.
But you also, first of all, condoms break.
It's 33 contraceptives for women.
Right. Okay. Condoms break.
33.
Okay. So what we're not gonna do is talk about contraceptives because none of y'all have reproductive hormones and y'all don't know the science behind
That
it.
doesn't
A lot
mean
of women,
anything.
it definitely does
No,
because a lot of women cannot use certain contraceptives. Because
Out of 33?
So is that men's fault that women can't use certain contraceptives?
Are y'all gonna let me finish my sentence?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. So first of all, we're gonna go back to the beginning, which
Yes.
is how flawed it is to say that sex is the only predicator for a relationship is spending the rest of your life with somebody. That's wild as hell, men or women.
You shouldn't have sex.
The second thing is there are so many contraceptives that do not work, that are ineffective for certain women based on previous illnesses. A lot of women have PCOS. 1 in 4 black women have PCOS. That immediately takes off 30 contraceptives right there. All birth control don't work. It can throw off your hormones. Condoms break. Niggas commit sexual assault and take off condoms during sex a lot. Put those numbers into your perspective.
33 contraceptives.
What are the 33 contraceptives?
If 33 options don't work, why are you still having unprotected sex with
exactly.
people?
But it's not about having unprotected sex. It's saying that even if you use them, they may not be effective.
So you shouldn't have sex. You're proving our point.
And what should men
so you should only wait for that one person that you care about.
I'm not gonna wait
You're
for that
proving
one
the
person
point.
if I'm not dating anybody.
You're literally proving the point. You just said all the options to stop and make yourself more safe aren't working. So I'm just gonna sleep around with more people.
But who said anything about sleeping around? All
that's
I
what we're
said is y'all
talking
saying
about.
that somebody should be with the first person that they ever freak in their life, and that's dumb.
That is what you're supposed to do. Okay.
Is that what you do?
So we're gonna ask you a question. Would you rather have a man that is experienced or a virgin?
We're gonna go back to my question.
Would you rather have a man?
My question, which is what I asked before, is what would you do? What did you do? Did you stay with the one person that you had?
We're
sex
talking
with the first
about
time?
women. We said
we're
women
talking about
should.
double standards.
We said women. Yes, women
double
should.
standards, meaning it's two
Women
parties.
like
so
I
we
said.
did 75% of women. Now we finna switch it to the men.
My answer.
No, but the value change, like he said earlier.
The value of what?
The value of a woman. Okay, let me give you an analogy.
But y'all still didn't answer my question. Did y'all stay with the first person that y'all had sex with?
Just
are y'all married? Are either one of y'all
men are
married?
not the same. Hold on.
Men
and women are not the same. Here, let them go really quick. Go ahead.
So let me say it like this. If you could go buy a Rolex, if I go buy a Rolex right now and I pay 30,
are we comparing women to property?
No. What I'm saying, if I go buy a Rolex and I pay 30 grand for it, in 6 months, when I go back to sell that motherfucker, it's not going to be worth 30 grand.
So you are comparing women.
They're going to the man that I'm selling it to is going to give me what he think it's worth. Women are the same.
So
it's the same.
Women to property.
It's the same thing.
You just compared them to food 2 minutes ago.
No, I did not compare them to food. I compared desires to food. I compared desires to food.
It's the same. It's the same thing. A woman can. You want to fuck through your 20s. You want to fuck through your 30s. Then at 38, I want to get married.
Who wants to get married at 38?
No, but what? That's my point. Like everybody wants to.
And what do men do? They want to fuck through their 20s. They want to not practice any emotional
ma'am,
stability.
you have more to lose.
No.
You have more to lose. You're going to walk around for 9 months, hormonal changes, baby comes, then now you got to go to you got to get child care. The man's not in your life. Now you got to suffer PTSD from abandonment from the man. The baby got to suffer from abandonment from a man you want to fuck because your pussy was wet and you just, I feel like I want to get some dick tonight, so I'm just going to fuck curved dick Roosevelt over here that don't have no job, and Uber pulled up here with this motherfucker. He ain't got no job, he ain't got no car, but girl, he got a big dick, so you go fuck big dick Willie.
This is so specific. Did this happen to you?
No. Okay. I do shows. This is what I do. I right.
This is just
I do this content, and I talk to people and men and women about this stuff every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on my show, and 5 days a week.
And these the same slogans you be?
No, it's not the same slogans. What it is, no. We're not. What we're saying is that the value changes in a woman who has had sexual encounters with men because women are highly emotional and they attach themselves to toxicity. That's why when you go have sex with a man, you need to say, this man I'm having sex with, if I get pregnant by this man, I'm okay with it. But if you just trying to get a quickie,
so much to unpack there. I'm trying.
Okay, go ahead and unpack it.
No, I literally it's moving at such a unorganized pace. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yeah. It just lowers the value. Okay. And if you ask men right now, if you got in the chat and say, hey, men, does it lower value if you found out your woman been with 30, 40, 50 men, and then she all of a sudden a light bulb went off one day and say, hey, listen, I'm ready to get married now.
Isn't she already his girlfriend though?
Okay. Listen, let me say this. I work with kids, right? And I had kids stand up in front of a female, and I had the female hold a mason jar. And the a girl, a teenager, hold a mason jar full of water. And I had all the boys stand in front of the girl and open a bag of Cheetos and chew it and hold it in their mouths. Don't swallow it. And I had all of them walk around and spit inside the mason jar. And the girl said, "Oh, this is nasty." I said, "Drink out of it." She said, "I'm not drinking that." I said, "Before they spit in that mason jar, that was you. You were pure. You were ready to go. You were good. But all these different men that spit in your mason jar, that represents all the men you've had sex with. If you're not going to drink from it, why would you want to give it to your husband?
Can I ask you a question?
Why would you want to give that to a man?"
I just have one question.
Yes.
Did these children's parents know that you did this
Hell
fucking
yeah.
social experiment? Did
Hell
they
yeah.
consent to it?
Yes.
What school district?
Yes. I'm not in the schools. I work with children.
So I just want to
That is so wrong and so invasive and so
How?
inappropriate on so many levels.
That's the truth.
You're talking to other people's children about sex.
Yes.
Telling a child her value because of little boys that spit on her.
No, not spit. Oh my God!
Or spit in the mason jar in front of her. They spit 3 inches away from her.
They spit inside the mason jar. I said,
And
"Will you?" I asked her, "Will you drink that?" She said, "No, I'm not going to drink that."
It's just an experiment.
Right.
I think you're not understanding. Like you do experiments in science class at school. Like it's just an experiment.
So science class, yes, right. There was a basis behind it. There were theories that were proven.
This is proven.
This is some shit this nigga made up at home.
This is proven.
Proven what? That little kids are spitting out Cheetos?
It proves to me that you don't know the numbers.
I don't
because I also have a nurse.
All, you're not a social scientist.
No, but what I'm saying is you don't know the numbers. I have a nurse that says, "You know what? On my show, I could give you the link. You can watch it." She said, "You will be amazed to see how many 12-year-old, 13-year-olds, and 14-year-olds come in my emergency room in labor every fucking day."
Teenage pregnancy has been a pandemic.
Exactly. So why not teach these young kids now that if they throw their pussy around it, if you start having sex at 13 years old, by the time you 40, your pussy is you're so disconnected. You're just numb.
So I think that sexual education and sexual health should be taught to everybody.
But they don't teach it like that no more.
Right, but what I'm saying is your whole focus of your curriculum shouldn't only be on little girls.
But you didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish.
But you didn't. I let you start, and all you started with was your pussy around your pussy.
Right.
You didn't say nothing
but you
about
didn't let me
talking to
finish.
these little boys about sexual education or their sexual health or their sexual responsibility.
Well, let me opine.
Maybe you should focus on your demographic and let a woman come in and do a social experiment for the girls because it's not your place.
Right, hold on. Yeah, it is my place.
And you're not the expert on women because you're a man.
Watch this. But even just let me get this one off real quick. With the boys, I tell them when I tell the little boys the same thing.
What you tell them?
I tell them don't stick your dick in trash cans. Period.
That's not the same thing.
I tell them don't date single moms.
That's not.
I tell them it is the same thing. Don't date single moms. Don't take your dick out fucking all these females because what they're going to do, they're going to trap you.
So you don't actually teach them sexual health or sexual education.
Yeah,
no. Based on your own
keep your dick in your boxers.
Okay.
Or you're gonna be a statistic and you're gonna be a part of that court system. You're gonna be a part of the child support. You're gonna have a felony. Your license is gonna get taken from you. You can't get a job. Yes, you can't pay child support. You get a felony now.
Okay. Or maybe a proactive approach would not be talking about child support or felonies or comparing a vagina to a trash can.
Yes.
Maybe
it is
would
a trash
just
can.
be teaching I don't know, sexual health for everybody, sexual education for everybody, sexual responsibility.
That shit don't work.
Emotional responsibility, emotional intelligence, so that it can shift the narrative in a more holistic way instead of shifting the blame only on women and taking all of the accountability off of men.
I just have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So first and foremost, I wanted to lay out that you try to invalidate his statement by saying that he's not a social scientist, right?
I said he conducted a social experiment and he's not a social scientist. I didn't invalidate it. He did it.
Why would you say that without trying to invalidate his statement?
He already conducted the experiment. How can I invalidate something that's in the past?
You're trying to invalidate it by saying he's not a social scientist. I'm saying he's not a
social scientist.
If I say 2 + 2, does it still equal 4 even though I'm not a mathematician?
Yeah, learning math and teaching math are not the same.
So let's move on.
Regurgitating math and teaching math are not the same.
Let's move on.
Y'all thought that was a bar?
Let's move on. What exactly was your question earlier? Because you said that you had a question, and I believe that I answered it whenever I said that men can sleep around because women are attracted to men that get women. Men are not attracted to women that sleep with multiple men. If you want to test this out, we asked you, are you do you care about a guy's body count? You said no, as long as they're clean. Then we answered the question, do we care about women's body count? Yes, we do. I didn't place a certain number on it because, you know, we're all different ages. If somebody is 21 and they have 21 bodies versus somebody's 40 with 21 bodies, that's way different. Obviously 21 isn't my thing, but obviously it's a different like place in their life, right? So to answer your question, he conducted that experiment with girls because that is the best way that you can conduct that experiment with girls. You didn't let him finish on how he answered with little boys.
Right.
The way to show
I did let him finish.
The way you show little boys about like what they do with sex is if you walk around putting your penis inside of everybody, you might be responsible for a child with whatever women you lay down with. If you talking to little girls, you're going to say, hey, every single penis that goes inside of you, it's like a trash can. He's not calling a woman.
He called the vagina the trash can, not the penis.
That's what he's calling the vagina a trash can. Right. He's not saying a vagina is a trash can. He's saying, like, think of it as a trash can. You're throwing trash in it. The more trash you build up, the more nasty it gets.